So it's Sunday and I'm in Chicago, and I just got done doing my soul expanding activity, which is what I try to do every Sunday. This week I went to the Bodhi Center in Chicago, and while I was there they had two young African American boys do a spoken word piece, and the piece was about their view on a mentor of theirs. And the mentor had been in prison, was wrongly accused and then was released, and experienced PTSD after being in prison, and ended up committing suicide. And so these boys were doing a spoken word piece on their view of that person's life, and it was really, really beautiful. But I noticed that what I was feeling, what I was experiencing, was heartbreak. Not for the man who committed suicide, although that is tragic, but more for these young boys, that this is what their world is like, this is what they're experiencing. Like, it just left me really heartbroken for youth. Kind of like looking at the big picture, the vastness of it all. And then I realized that was suffering. I wasn't enjoying that experience. It just wasn't serving me. I'm very clear on how fucked up the world is, and I do everything in my power to live in the present and bring more good into the world. So sitting in that muck was not serving me. So rather than let that in, I chose to shield. And for me, that means that energy is out there for me to revel in, and choosing not to. So instead of sitting in that space of heartbreak for these boys' experience, I chose to really get connected to how beautiful it is that they are self-aware and have enough emotional intelligence to express that grief and that experience in such a beautiful way. And how through doing that, they're bringing awareness to PTSD. There was a line that said, "Crazy and PTSD are not buddies on the playground." I thought that was beautiful. Today is 9/11, and I'm just doing a lot of shielding. I can feel, I think a lot of us can, the heartbreak and the PTSD that's still left from what happened 15 years ago. And rather than choosing to revel in that, I'm choosing to look at all the good that's come. I was talking last night at a game night with somebody about the idea of idea fatigue and issue fatigue, and how post 9/11 there were so many things, so many issues, so many causes to get involved with, and he experienced issue fatigue and he ended up choosing one, and it became his career. And now 15 years later his life is amazing, and it's a result of him choosing an issue post 9/11. So I'm choosing today to focus on those things. And before I wrap up, I just want to be very clear, there's nothing wrong with reveling and allowing yourself to be with the crappy feelings. Nothing wrong. Sometimes it's exactly what we need. And there comes a point where it no longer serves. And today, that's the space I'm in. It's not serving me. So I'm choosing to shield and choosing to focus on that positive energy and let that in, and let the bad filter right through. That's where I'm at.